Hello everyone, this is Juno with Detour Shirts. This video is my t-shirt design tutorial episode 2, and today I'm gonna teach you how to do this design while teaching you some tips and tricks in Affinity Designer along the way. So all you're gonna need is Affinity Designer and this font here, Cooper Black. It should be a free font that you have on your computer already, but if not, I'll put a link on where you can get it online. And let's just get started here. I'm going to start by adding a new artboard, and you can do that by clicking here, the Artboard tool, and I'm going to click on that and then insert artboard here. And if I just click here and drag, I can make a new artboard. What we want to do is make the artboard the right size for your design here. And one way you can do that is go down here in the corner. Here's the Artboards Dimensions. Right now it's in inches, but you can make it you can do it in pixels, and I'll show you how to do that. The dimensions that you want for Merch by Amazon, if you're on Merch by Amazon, is 4,500 pixels. So I'm going to type PX here and hit return, and then 5,400 pixels. And these are for most of the shirts. Except for the hoodie. And the hoodie's a different size. And then we're going to zoom out here. And there you go. There's the artboard. Let's get rid of this second artboard here. And there's your artboard. Let's get out of the artboard tool. And let's just start making the rainbow that we need for this design here. So here's a neat trick on how to do rainbows in Affinity Designer. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the circle tool. I think that's what it's called. And we're just going to hold down Shift so you can make a perfectly equal circle. And then we're going to color it. I'm going to turn off this color and do the inside color. And here with my color picker, I'm just going to use the CMYK sliders. So real easy to make red here. It's 100% magenta and 100% yellow. And then I'm going to copy this, pressing Command C and then Command V. That made a copy of it. And I'm going to go to here and hold down Shift and just bring it down a little bit like that. And then this next one will be yellow. So just pull down the magenta here on the color, and we're going to do that again a few more times. So copy V, pull it down, and the next color on the rainbow would be orange. So I'm just going to add oh, I did that wrong, sorry. The next color after red would be orange. Let's fix that here, about 30, and this one would be yellow. There we go. And then let's do copy V again. After yellow, be green. So just take the cyan and yellow here. Copy V again. And I'm just going to use cyan here. And one more. Command C again, Command V, copy and paste in front. Shift, make it equal. And last color here, we're just going to do this purple. So you see I have all the colors of the rainbow here. And I'm going to select them all. And then I'm going to use this tool here called alignment. If you click on here, you can align it center horizontally. And you can also align it center vertically. So we're going to do both. So you can kind of see it looks like a rainbow, but it needs to be cut in half. Now you could just take a rectangle and cut that in half, but there's a really cool way that I want to show you in Affinity Designer that I don't think is in Illustrator. At least I didn't see it in Illustrator when I was using it. And it's called Convert to Donut. So if you click on this, it'll say Convert to Donut, and you click on it, and it's going to give you a couple of buttons here, you need to be on this white arrow, the node tool, to see it. So there's this dot here, and that will make your donut bigger or smaller. You can see if I go out, it's really thin. I don't want to have it past the orange, so I'm going to just put it right here. And then if you click on this dot, it's going to let you shape the donut or how big you want the donut. So really what we want for a rainbow is just half a circle. So you can see you can do that really easy with the donut tool. So let's do that for all of them. Convert this orange to a donut. Again, pull this back here, just right about where the yellow is for this one. And then we'll click on this dot and just pull it to the right and then to the left. We're going to do that for all of the different colors. Kind of a fun way to do a rainbow here, and it just snaps to the halfway point. So you'll kind of feel that when you pull the dots here. Just pull it there, pull it there. Just two more here. Remember to convert to donut here. Then pull it. And we got one more. This one you'll really see what it does when it converts to donut, because this one's in front. You can see that donut right there. Now we would just want to pull it to make it about the same size as all the other ones. So right about there. Pull it down. Pull it down. And there is your rainbow. Now you can make this rainbow any color you want, but we just use the colors on the CMYK tool to do the traditional red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And I'm just going to move it down here. Whoops. Select all. Let's move it down. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add some text. So let's add sunshine first. That's really easy. I'm going to just type in here. Make sure your font's Cooper Black here. And I want to do it in all caps, so do the caps lock, sunshine. I'm doing it in black now. We'll change it to white later. We'll stretch this out right around here, somewhere around there. We're going to fix that later. The next thing I want to do is add this "You Are My" up top, and you notice that it's following the curvature of this rainbow. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this red one, which is the top one. We're going to copy Command C and then Command V again, so we have two of them. And for this one, we're going to do a different thing. We're going to type on it. So let's see if we can do that. Do the type tool, and then when you're right above it, it's going to turn to that. Did you see that? Let's do this again. You notice the difference between the A and the T here. I think I talked about this in my last video. You want that T and squiggly line, and click it. And then we're going to do "You Are My." So you notice there's these triangles here, and these are going to tell you where, just kind of where the beginning and the end are for your text. So I'm going to move it down to here and to here. And so that kind of centers it. So you see that I'm centered. If you double click on here, you'll notice here is center aligned. So you want that. It may by default do left align. You're going to want to click this center align here. The next thing you want to do is make it a little bigger. So we can do that by clicking here, the text height. And let's see, it was 64. What does 72 look like? We could go bigger. 96? Yeah, let's do 96. On yours, it might be different depending on what it is. If you want it just a little bit smaller, you don't have to follow those. You can type in 90 or whatever you want. All right, and then you notice there's a lot of space in between these letters. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the kerning in between them by hitting Option or holding down Option and then clicking the left arrow tool, you can just bring those in here. And let's do that for some of these. And all right, there we go. That's looking pretty good. So the next thing we want to do is we want to make sure before we save this out for our PNG, we want to make sure that to change these to curves. So you'll notice here, I'm clicking on here, Sunshine, and there's this button here, Convert to Curves. Now what that does is it won't make it text anymore. It will make it an object or curves. So when I click on here, you notice it's not editable anymore. I can't click on it. Each one of those is its own object. So make sure to do that at the very last when you have everything typed out the way you want it to, because you won't be able to change the text after you do that. So the same thing here, Convert to Curves. I just like to do that as a good practice so that when I save it out, I'm not having any font issues. And let's see, I'd like to draw some guides here just to see where the letters are. So that Y ends there, this Y ends here. Oops. And so Sunshine can be just a little bit bigger there. Make sure your spacing is right. The spacing here and the spacing between there looks good. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of these guides by just clicking on it and dragging it to the left here. Now, this is our artboard and the size we want. I'm gonna select all of these and group them. Now you can move this all over your artboard, but what you want to do is you want to center it in your artboard and make it the right size. So I kind of like to make my size. I'm holding down Shift. Whoops. Yeah, you don't need to hold down Shift. So because it's grouped. So it will size it proportionally. I like to make mine about like this on my shirt. So this is the shirt size, the 4500 by 5400, and I'm going to center it, and you can center it on the artboard again by using this alignment tool, and if you hit center horizontally, it'll do that. If you hit it center vertically, it'll do that too, but I don't like to do that on my shirts. I kind of want it a little higher on my shirts, so kind of more like there. And again, let's make sure it's centered horizontally, and it is. And that's it. That's our design. Oh, one more thing I forgot. We want to make sure that it's white because we're going to do it on a black shirt. So one thing I do is I put a black background, and we can send this to the back by clicking on this here, move to back. And then I'm going to ungroup these. You can double click or right click and do ungroup. And we're going to change this to white. So here our color picker again, just move all of them down to 0. And let's click on Sunshine. All of them down to 0. Now you can see this is on a dark background. This one's a purple background, but we can do it on a black background just to check the color. But before you export, make sure you take that off. So I'm going to take that off, and I'll show you how to export here. If you click on the artboard and then click to File, you're going to export here. And what we want to do is export as a PNG, and the size here, 4500 by 5400. We got that right. If it wasn't right, you can change it here. And then just hit export, and that will be ready for your Merch by Amazon files. And of course you can make it different sizes for whatever application you're using. Again, and hoodies are a different size, 4500 by 4050 pixels, I believe. So you can change that in your artboard when you export for hoodies as well. So that's how you do it. And that is our video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned some new things that you can do for your t-shirts, and Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget, if you like this video and you want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you will be notified on when to see new videos. And that's it for this one. Thanks so much. See you next time. Bye.